Welcome back to the Travelling Tonka channel and welcome to our walk around at the Pyramids of Giza in Cairo in Egypt. Firstly, we just want to let you know this was booked on our own and not part of a tour. We wanted to explore the place at our own time and on our own without a big group of other people getting pulled this way and that. There are many places online where you can book the tickets, but we were recommended this official site called www.egymonuments.com. The link will be at the end, but this seems to be the most legitimate place to get the tickets for the pyramids. The price you should be paying as a non-Egyptian tourist should be 700 Egyptian pounds, which equates to roughly £10. In looking around at the various other sellers on the internet, I've seen tickets range from £10 obviously up until £30, so be aware when looking. And with this link you actually get a QR code which they scan when you go in, so there's no need to print anything off or worry about that. You can have it all on your phone for access when you arrive at the front gate. That's all you need to know in regards to getting your ticket. There is extra fees for access to the pyramids and they all have different prices. The most expensive being actually £20 per person to get in, and then it goes all the way down to around £5 per person. We didn't actually go inside of them because time didn't allow for us on this trip. It was quite a quick visit. Again, with that, all the information can be found on that website where we booked the tickets, and it's very informative as to which pyramid you pay, which price to. That goes for the Sphinx as well. Now, actually getting to the pyramids or in the area, we actually just used Ubers. We were staying right up near the airport, so it was about 45 minutes away, but an Uber ride was about £5. I found it a very safe way to travel as well because you're tracked up obviously on the app and you get your ratings on the drivers. It's rather than getting into a unknown taxi that you do not know who it is or if it's official. We just found travelling around in the Ubers the best way. It's also very handy because you get the price up front, so you know what you're paying. You don't have to deal with cash, and you also don't have to deal with the bartering. That said, some of the drivers which we have used in and around Cairo do try and say that the fee's not enough and they want you to pay cash extra. If you get into that situation, just do not go with that driver and book yourself another one. So initially we wanted to get dropped off at the top part near the big pyramids. There's an entrance there. There's also another new one being built up that end, but we wanted to start at the top, so we did the walk down rather than the walk up. But the day we went, it was closed, so we had to start down at the Sphinx entrance, which is also known as the Pizza Hut entrance, as that is right outside the entrance gate. One thing to note when you do get dropped off around there, it can be quite overwhelming if you're not used to that many people, because outside of it, it is a bit of a free-for-all. But if you have your prepaid tickets, you can go straight to the entrance and there'll be someone there saying if you have prepaid tickets, come through. And people will be pushing and shoving, but you've just got to fight your way through it. It seems like you're pushing in, but it's not as bad as it seems once you get there. Once you get through the entrance, that is the worst of it. You'll go through all the security and you come out down facing the Sphinx, looking ready to walk up, which you can see we've done on this path. At the moment, where you're seeing, we have actually reached the higher bit past the main pyramids, where if you carried on up that road you can go to the viewpoint, which will allow you to see all of them. But it was so hot this day and it's quite a long walk if you want to go up there. I would say if you were doing this all on your own and wanted to go around everything inside up to the viewpoints, you're going to need a good half a day at least to do it. We only had a few hours, so we sort of got to this point and then walked around, as you can see. But that was enough for us. That's all we didn't need to have all the history of everything and be on the tour on this trip. Now, one thing you probably will have heard on visiting this is you're going to get hassled all the time. It really isn't that bad. I find that there's a lot of stories online, a lot of stories on social media saying that it's constant, it's relentless. It really isn't. If you actually just be polite and say no, most of them will just go on to the next person and they're not pushy at all. We found them actually quite polite, and some were just willing to engage in conversation. If you do wish to have camel rides or go on the carts and things, the people all have badges and it's all officially run, and they are all supposed to be set prices. Obviously, there probably will be differences in some of them as they'll try and get a little bit more out of them. Can't blame them for that. But as a rule, it is mainly a set price, and you'll see that as you go round. Again, there are lots of people selling different things all in and around this area. So if you are overwhelmed by that sort of thing, just try and stay on the outside of it, and you will notice that you won't actually get hassled that much. As you can see around this area, this is where all the bus tours all sort of come in. They move up. I mean, if you want to get around the whole site easier, they probably stop at each part. So that might be a better option for you, but it's a lot more expensive and it takes a lot longer. As you can see now, we are just walking back down from the two main pyramids in amongst the workers and other tourists. It's a nice stroll right back down to near where the entrance is. Also, that is where there are toilets, there's shops and a cafe down there as well. So that's the only place you can really get things from. So maybe if you're starting at the bottom, get your stuff before, because you probably will want drinks when you get up there, because it does get really hot. I'd imagine if you start from the other entrance, there probably is some facilities for drinks and food there as well, but as it was closed when we went, we are unsure of that at the moment. That entrance is also known as the Marriott Hotel entrance. Another thing you'll probably be noticing is it is actually really clean as you walk around. It is taken care of quite well. A lot of people have said it's really dirty, it's really messy. Yeah, some of the surrounding areas on the outside of the pyramid areas are, but once you get inside, it is relatively clean and tidy. We've just walked back down, and this is round the Sphinx area. Again, you can go inside the Sphinx, you can go inside the building next to it, in and around it. We were sort of running out of time at this point, so we just had to have a quick look round and sort of make our way out, which is around this area. On your walk down to the exit from here, you'll be walking past many different stalls selling different souvenirs and things like that. Actually quite interesting, some of it, so you can pick that up before you leave as well. As with anywhere touristy, just be aware and you'll be absolutely fine. Hope I've provided you with a bit of information for a future visit to the Pyramids of Giza, and thanks for joining us on the channel, and we look forward to seeing you back here once again. Goodbye.